toilet because he's typing so fast.
To get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here to
What's up, Ramirez?
I'm a legitimate gamer.
It's going, pimp. It's going. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Something about that KFC thing.
That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules, and what I say goes. This is not a place for you to stand on your soapbox and complain about censorship and freedom of speech, because the bottom line is you don't have freedom of speech. This is my land. Control this desire. This desire. Take this desire. Take this desire. Control this desire. Devour. Something stop this! Control this desire. Devour. Take. Do what gives you pleasure. And fuck everyone else. Devour.
And welcome to the Level 1 Podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. And welcome back to Elden Ring streaming. Yes, put your hands together, Elden Ringers. Form the ring above your heads for today. We continue on with my return to Elden Ring run for only the second time. And I'm excited. Obviously, as you can see, we have a return to Elden Ring festivities around here. We've got my old FromSoft border from last year. Before my show was even called the Level 1 Podcast, we had this border that we used for Elden Ring. And I figure every once in a while we'll bring it back now for the Level 1 Podcast. In addition, I brought back my animation from Elden Ring. Remember this one? Oh, yeah. Now, no contribution came in, but I just wanted to show you. We got the Elden Ring animation back as well. So, in celebration of Elden Ring coming back to the rotation, at least, you know, for now, I wanted to bring back some Elden Ring festivities for you guys. That's a $10 tip, earns the Elden Ring animation. It's good stuff. Also, we have the Elden Ring border for when we're doing the gameplay as well. So, Elden Ring is back in full force. We will talk a little bit here on the podcast about that and what my game plan is in the game today, because today's the second stream. And let me tell you, man, is this playthrough very different from the first. In the first playthrough, I think we weren't really done with Limgrave until at least 15 to 20 hours in. I've basically done everything I need to do there in 4 hours. If that, because I do still want to get patches. And I do think I do want to do the underground well at one point. But I think today's game plan is a tiny bit of backtracking, and then Liurnia. You know, head into Liurnia of the lakes and go for all the glintstone stuff. Because if I remember, that's where the vast majority of magic stuff, you know, of the glintstone is in the game.
What do you mean? That's
so
a
it
good
should be
deal.
fun to explore and actually be getting items that I can use now, rather than the first time around when I was exploring. All the stuff in Liurnia was useless to me, being that I was more of a melee build.
And hats, $50, right?
Anyway.
Wait, do we still do hat goals and
that
shit?
continues today. I'm excited for that, obviously. Another cool thing is that today, higher quality streaming, higher quality capture for Elden Ring.
I feel like I haven't seen him put on a hat. So we're going to be testing this today, 12,000 kilobit per second. Let me know what you think. Do you think the stream looks better? Do you think the videos on demand are looking better? Because I did upgrade. He's just not hitting any goals, right? Is that what it is?
And hope that you guys are excited. I'm excited. I just hope that we don't have nonsensical drama like we had the other day. At the same time, I get the feeling that a lot of those people who were there causing the drama were there on purpose just to cause drama, you know? You're always going to have people who aren't satisfied. But then you got people who sit there and whine and complain about every moment. Oh my God, how dare you go south in Limgrave to hit up some of the churches and get the sacred tears so your heal will work better. How dare you do that? It's like, what? You're already overpowered. Why would you want your healing items to actually heal you? What? See what I mean? The things these people say are nonsensical.
I don't know, Phil.
And then when I
open my mouth about it and say, listen, it's my stream, it's my playthrough. What you're saying makes no sense. Shut up. Then people, oh, see, this is his mask coming off. No, it's me being a real person telling you to shut the fuck up when you're saying illogical stuff. Like, people are just assholes, and they especially playthrough like this, they're going to be here to try to cause that kind of conflict because they realize, oh, this is a playthrough where a lot of people are kind of like, they have an idea of what they want out of it. You know, I'll be honest, I don't think that this second run will be anywhere near as challenging as the first. Because number one, I've played the game already, and I've watched multiple people play it on YouTube after the fact. My wife and I last year watched 2 different playthroughs of this game from different perspectives.
People are just trolling him at that point. It's like
a lot of the things in the game multiple times, and I know how to get through them.
Constantly.
You know, but in addition,
what's up, Weebs?
I really do feel that this magic build is so different. It feels like you're playing a different game. At the very same time, it's easier than a melee build. A melee build, you need to basically stick and move and be able to get in there and overpower the enemies and counter hit them and stun them. And in this one, it's like, nope, just stay mid to long range, just have spatial awareness.
Yeah, this is.
And now I understand the memes.
Jesus. Run.
I don't know where that came from. Now I understand the memes from last year, where I saw people on like Twitter posting up saying, "Wow, here's the magic run."
Just the ultimate cheese.
Because that's all you do. You just toss spells constantly,
the big
right?
cheese.
So anyway,
Packers fan, basically.
Today should be good. I'm actually excited. I'll be honest with you guys. I have been craving Elden Ring all week. Ever since I played it back on Tuesday and started the second run, I've legitimately been craving Elden Ring. See, man, I can't wait to go back and get further in and get more magic stuff
Elden Ring.
And go from there. You know, I'm very excited. So I hope that you guys will join me, continue to, you know, show up for the playthrough. It's going to be a good one, all right? So, that's today. But today on the Level 1 Podcast, we've got a bunch of game news I'd like to talk about. I think we have 4 big news stories to talk about today. And tonight we got Oblivion Chill Fun, which is exciting. Good stuff coming up. Good variety of stuff. I guess what we could do, would you like to go through the schedule just to get it out of the way so that way everyone knows what to expect this week? All right. So here we go. Today, Elden Ring, obviously. Like I said, a little bit of backtracking to get some items I missed, maybe get patches.
4 news stories, dude. I can't wait for this.
I do want to do the Underground Well in Limgrave, but I think we'll go back to that later.
It should be very informative.
First.
You know, we'll get a nice reaction.
Tonight, Oblivion, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Chill fun, 2 hours of interaction and good
react
times
to Phil's reaction.
as we continue on with the Fighters Guild quest line. Okay. Then tomorrow, it is Saturday, and you know what that means. It means it is our weekly React day over on DSP Reacts, where I will be doing DSP versus the Internet. This is the show where we watch clips as submitted by the members on the channel. It's usually a good variety of stuff. If you are a channel member
I will have to
on DSP Reacts and you have not posted up your video yet,
subscribe.
you have about 10 hours left. Because what happens is when I finish my late stream on Friday night, then I go over there, I review the submissions, and I make the playlist for Saturday. So this is your last chance if you need to either nominate videos, post up questions if you're a super member, or if you're an ultra member and you're guaranteed to get your video watched, post that up as well as soon as possible, okay? So I'm excited to see the variety of videos you guys have nominated for the show this week. Remember, there's some different criteria and things that are in effect. No videos for kids, no videos that are adults only, no YouTube shorts as of yet. I haven't found a way to really add them properly to a playlist.
What do you mean?
You know, and you know, it's at my discretion what we watch.
You type in the playlist
you know,
name
if you
and then
submitted
you just add them.
a stupid drama video for the last 3 weeks and I still didn't watch it, I'm probably not watching it this week too. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't seem to get the picture. But it should be a good time.
Start with
I'm
a basic shorts playlist. How about that?
Okay. Tomorrow night will be Endgame and possible conclusion of Like a Dragon Ishin. We're in chapter 13 of 14. And I feel like if we just sit down and focus on the story, we're likely going to beat it tomorrow. But side content just opened up. And I guess the question really is, do you really want me to continue to play this game and do more side content when I'm 30 hours in? And a lot of people have said, man, this game's been on, you know, a month and a half now. We really need to move on and do something different. Or do you just want me to try to finish it? Most people seem to be of the impression they want me to finish the game and move on. So we'll see. But tomorrow night, maybe the conclusion of Like a Dragon Ishin. Okay? Then Sunday will be the continuation of Silent Hill 3 HD.
I never played Bully. I know,
and that will be paired
a lot of people
with
like it,
more Oblivion. Okay? Monday, more Elden Ring. And then Monday night, we're doing something special and different. Over on DSP Reacts, we're doing a late night tier maker stream. My first ever dedicated tier maker event. We're for 2 hours. We're going to be doing some live tier maker rankings on the stream. I last did this during my birthday marathon 1 week ago. You guys really seemed to like the tier maker segments. Not only did they do well on the stream, but then you guys watched the videos on DSP Reacts and seemed to like those too. So, I'm down for giving it a shot as a late night stream and seeing how it goes on Monday night. This is good because it's variety, and also it gives some extra content for DSP Reacts this week. Okay.
DSP Reacts.
And then Tuesday, baby, which is my final consecutive streaming day of the week, I'm thinking we'll probably do a second day of Elden Ring.
Wait, does he stream on
Ring? And then that Tuesday night,
more Oblivion, and that's on that channel, or does he also stream?
Now, something else coming out this week. Last night, I watched the James Gunn version of The Suicide Squad, the movie that came out 2 years ago, and I'm going to review it. Man, this movie had me have mixed feelings. There was times I was watching this movie, and I was really, really having a good time and enjoying it and laughing. And there were other times I was just shaking my head like, what is going on? Like, it's really hard to figure out what the movie's supposed to be, because it seems disjointed and all over the place with the way that it was put together. And even though it seems like there's a certain vibe in mind, I don't think it ever hits it. I also think it has some bad misclassifications of DC characters again. So, so I'm going to be doing a review of that movie over on DSP Reacts tomorrow night? Tomorrow night, yes. Not tonight, because tonight I need to sit down and make the playlist for tomorrow's DSP versus the Internet. So I will film that and release that tomorrow night on DSP Reacts, okay? Then, likely what I'll do, once I've reviewed it, I'm probably going to start watching The Peacemaker Show. And maybe what I'll do is review maybe 2 to 3 episodes at a time. I think The Peacemaker Show is 45-minute episodes, and it's an 8-episode season. So maybe I'll watch like 2 episodes and then do a review, and another 2 to 3 episodes to do a review. You know what I mean? So I'll have a few review parts up on DSP Reacts for The Peacemaker Show over the course of the next week, probably.
Okay.
I don't know. Arkham says, was Peacemaker any good? I don't know. I'll find out. A lot of people were telling me when it was, re-releasing that it was good. But I was like, well, number one, I didn't have HBO Max. And number two, I hadn't seen the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, so I wasn't certainly going to talk about it, right? Or watch it. What was the point? Now I can watch it, so anyway, all that stuff is coming on DSP Reacts this week. Another thing, you guys have voted, or I should say, those people over on DSP Reacts have voted for what you want to see for the long-form React event of the month, and I can now 1,000,000% confirm we're reacting to the YouTube channel Internet Historian. This channel got like 60% of the vote overall. It doesn't look like it's going to flip.
Lame.
So now what we need to do
Boring.
is we need to decide what videos from the Internet Historian YouTube channel you'd like to see me react to. I've not had a chance to look at it yet, all right? So I'd like to maybe ask you guys if you have your favorite videos, what you'd like to see me watch, and I will have to go over there and look for myself as well. I don't know how long the videos are over there. I have not given it a look yet, okay? But I'm curious, what would you like to see? And we'll go from there. I think it's going to be on April 30th, Sunday. It's going to be a day-long event where I'm going to be reacting to videos from Internet Historian, okay? I'm getting some suggestions right now. Fall of 76. That sounds like Fallout 76, correct? And then the Fire Festival one. Oh, he did a whole documentary about the Fire Festival. That's interesting. I heard about that when it was happening.
I tried to look it up,
but I didn't really know the story behind it.
It's not the same thing.
That's interesting. Hello, King Gabriel. Hello, Giant Enemy Crab. The Cost of Concordia is the best, says Ham Killer. I don't know what that's about. The Cost of Concordia? Never heard of it. Huh. Arkham likes the new border. Keep in mind, this is the same border we used last year during Elden Ring, but I brought it back with now saying the Level 1 Podcast because that's the name of the show now, and I'm glad that you like it. There's another one, too, that has all the characters I've ever used in any FromSoft game, including my character from my original run of Elden Ring is added, too. So that's kind of neat, and that'll I'll be using this coming week as well. So there you go. Okay.
There you go.
So you guys are saying Cost of Concordia. The Concordia was a cruise ship that had an accident? Oh, I never even heard of that. So Cost of Concordia, Fall of 76, and the Fire Festival. I'll have to see how long these are. Because depending on how long they are, will determine how many we can do. Remember, typically for one of these long-form React events, I do around 2 hours of video to watch, but that usually extrapolates into like 4 or 5 hours of reacting. However, this time around, this is not YouTuber drama. I've always been doing long-form YouTuber drama, and therefore it kind of extends the length of the event.
Real.
So
Seriously.
maybe since we're not doing that, it won't take as long. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. Maybe what we'll do is we'll pick 3 to 5 videos and watch them in the order you guys want to see, and go for as long as we have, and that way we have backup, and if we run out of time, that's fine. We don't have to watch everything, right? That might be a good idea. So, good stuff, right? Good stuff.
Great stuff. Fucking great stuff.
Sue really. Says, how are the views on
really
DSP React? Well, really, it depends on what you mean by that. Because if you're talking about overall views, meh, they're okay. They're not great, they're not bad. It depends on really what video I'm putting out. For example, the tier maker videos did pretty good. They got over 1,000 views each. Some of the reviews that I do great, and some do poorly. Like some of the reviews I did have way over 1,000 views, and others have under 1,000 views. It's probably because of the subject matter. More people are maybe interested in seeing me review one thing than another, right? The DSP versus the React series, again, it's all over the place. It really depends on the subject matter. Some of the videos do better. Some of them do way, way worse, right? Here's the good news. On that channel, it's not about views. I told you, the vast majority of content I put out on DSP Reacts, I make nothing on that. Because it's all content from other people that I'm reacting to, and it all gets claimed. So it's not about views. Views will basically just amount to ad revenue. And I'm making almost no ad revenue on that channel. I'm making profit on memberships, and I'm making profit on stream support. And I can tell you right now, it's doing pretty good. All right? But what I need to do is I need to consistently make content. I can't just basically do one stream a week and expect that's going to support the whole channel, which is why I'm trying to integrate reviews. And now I'm going to do a tier maker stream, and we do the once a month big React event. I basically got to keep some variety moving over there, so at least there's a reason to be there at least a few days a week, you see? Excuse me. So, there you have it, and I got to keep that moving. That's why I said this week we'll have some variety. Tomorrow we'll have the Suicide Squad movie review. We'll have the tier maker stuff on Monday, and try to keep Peacemaker content over there. You know, it's good variety stuff, and I want to keep that going. So
he's starting to say, "There you have it" a lot.
Very, very good.
I feel like that's new.
Very good. That is correct, Butters. He says, you said if you have YouTube Premium, you still get paid. That's correct. Did you know? If you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, okay, if you watch someone's content on their channel, even if their content cannot be regularly monetized on YouTube because it gets claimed, if you watch their content and you have YouTube Premium, they still get credit and still get paid. Yep, that's true. So if you like React content and you want to support people who do React, but you know that their content gets claimed by others, if you have YouTube Premium, you're helping that channel. That is absolutely correct.
Yes.
What am I drinking? Premium. Cherry limeade flavored seltzer water here.
Cherry. You got to have the cherry.
There you go.
You got to make sure you get the antioxidants from the cherry juice.
That's what's going on in the next week. Now, next week, we got new stuff going on. For example, on Wednesday of this coming week, when I'm off from streaming, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection comes out. I am going to be getting it on console, likely on PlayStation. I don't know why I would get it on Switch. So, likely on PlayStation, and we will be playing that starting Thursday. It's going to be a late night chill stream. Now, the question is, which Final Fantasy game do you guys want to see? I'm curious, and you know what I'm going to do? Right now, live here on DSP Gaming, I'm going to post up a community poll. Are you ready? Because I want your feedback on this. Here we go. Text poll. Oh, crap. Misclick.
Right now, live.
Poll time.
Read it out for me, Phil.
Starting on Thursday, April 20th? Yeah, it'll be the 20th. I am going to be playing a game from the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters collection on PS5. It will be added to the late night chill streaming rotation to replace Like a Dragon Ishin. Which of these 4 Final Fantasy classics would you like to see me play first? Please vote and good luck.
Today, Junior.
Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2,
Final Fantasy 3 or Final Fantasy 5.
Kid can't even read.
I'm going to say, please note, Final Fantasy 4 and 6 are not currently eligible because I have already done multiple playthroughs of both games for YouTube, and I would prefer to do a game for a first time run this week, starting this week.
Annual.
Thanks. Okay, so the poll is going live. Would you like to see Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, or 5 out of the Pixel Remaster Collection starting this Thursday night? It'll be added to the chill streaming rotation, so now you're going to see Final Fantasy and Oblivion alternated. And for variety purposes, we may continue to do some variety stuff on DSP Reacts. So, for example, if this Tier Maker stream on Monday night does good, okay, well, that's great. And maybe we'll do it more regularly. Maybe we could do it like once a week. Or there's other sites as well. There's one called Bracket Maker, or I think where what it does is it makes a big tournament-style bracket where you compare things against each other, and you have to determine who's better out of each matchup until there's an ultimate winner in the tournament. There's another one called like Trivia Creator or something, and that one's a bunch of trivia. Now, I've never done that or even seen that before, but that sounds fun too. So if you guys like this kind of variety,
obviously it's a lot harder.
You can start doing those more variety streams over on DSP Reacts, and I'd be totally down for that if you're interested. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see how it goes on Monday night.
Trying
go from
to
there. Okay, but anyway,
like your
yes,
own
the poll's now live. Please vote.
Original
Which Final Fantasy game
content.
would you like to see from the Pixel Remaster Collection first? And based on your vote, that'll be the one that I
your
start
original
playing this coming
gameplay
Thursday.
or whatever it is.
Should be a good time. Okay, guys.
Makeup tutorial.
Where's the poll? It is on the community tab of DSP Gaming right now. That's where it is.
Like
I streamed
on Twitch
listed,
for
things like live videos
for like
playlists,
a long minute,
podcast. You go over to the community
I never
tab.
had any viewers, dude.
The post is there. That's where you can vote. Okay.
But it's
Jade, good to have you here today. Says I'm just going to talk today. He's not really interested.
It's
in
a
the
lot
game.
easier when you just.
All right. So, folks, before we head into our next segment, which is news,
like
I would just like to remind everyone
that
I'm a crowd-funded individual. That means I don't have any sponsorships. I don't have any partnerships. I don't have any product placements.
We react to
I very much make my living here off of the streams and your support of them. So if you like my content here on YouTube and you like to support it, there's many ways that you can go above and beyond today to say, thanks, please keep it up. Number one would be liking the streams. Giving the stream a like helps tremendously, allows for new engagement. More people can find the stream on YouTube. Please give it a like if you're enjoying the content. Number two, super chats or super stickers. Great ways to support the channel right here directly through YouTube. Easy to do. You get a nice on-screen pop-up if you do and in the chat. Thank you for that. Memberships. Memberships are very important to the channel. Not only are they consistent support month in, month out for the channel, but you get tons of benefits from doing a membership, including a chat crown badge, access to all my emotes, avoiding the slow mode in the stream chat, getting highlight and priority both in video comments and on the chat here on the streams. Plus, priority for special events such as my Q&A show that happens every other month. Many, many different benefits. Please consider becoming a member. Today, we're at 570 members. Since we're doing a full day of streaming here on DSP Gaming, and we're doing a game that likely will bring in more viewers with Elden Ring, I'm hoping we can maybe hit 580 members today. That would be superb. Now, you can become a first-time member. You can perhaps renew a membership that's already lapsed. Or, if you want to help out the community at large here, you could drop a membership gift. Gifting memberships is tremendous. People who are regulars of the streams and chat will get those before anybody else, so more frequent viewers get rewarded first. Please consider it. Thanks in advance to anyone who supports this channel via a membership. It's very nice of you. Okay? Tips. Tips are great. It's a way for you to contribute directly through PayPal. Helps me out. And you get a nice pop-up message as a way of saying thank you if you do it. We even have tiered rewards in place. For example, Gunner glasses, or you pick a hat, or you pick a vest for me.
All the catchphrases today.
Certain tiered rewards. It'd be great to get some tip support. I'll be honest, tips have been slowing down a little bit in the last couple of streams, but that's not the end of the world. Just throwing that out there. A suggestion, if you want to help the channel, tips would be a great way to do it. Fair enough? Thank you.
It's not the end of the world, but...
Incidentally, there you go. 672 just gifted a membership to the channel, and it went to Butters. Butters is a big regular. He's here all the time. So that's why Butters got that gifted membership. Congrats to Butters. Butters, be sure to thank 672. And 672, thank you so very much for supporting DSP Gaming. I really appreciate that. Okay.
You hear that? The more you're in chat...
Shall we continue?
The more likely you are to get that gifted membership.
To talk gaming news. By the way, Mishael just gifted a membership to the channel, and it went to Arkham. And Arkham was looking to get his membership back because it had expired, and he got it. I told you, it goes to regular members first. I think that's a really nice thing. Can I be honest? When people used to gift memberships over on Twitch, it was random. So people would say, oh, I'm going to give some memberships. And you'd have a regular who's there all the time and just can't afford a membership and never would get one. They'd just be like, oh, this is bullshit. You know, I'm here all the time. Well, you know, this sucks that I never get it. But here on YouTube, the regulars get the memberships first, which is really nice. I actually really like that system. I'd rather have people who are here and support the content all the time through their attendance and their participation be rewarded. So thank you very much to Mishael, and congratulations, Arkham. That's very nice.
Well said.
That's right. It really is about the community. It's about people hanging out all the time and chilling and liking the content and being a part of a positive vibe here. And the gifted memberships on this channel just feel better that way. You know what I'm saying? They really do feel better in that regard. So, okay.
Why do I feel like you're begging without begging right now?
Are we? Well, that is true. Suck as a Price says that's wrong though, because you could directly give memberships to individuals on Twitch. Correct? That's correct. But wouldn't you rather have it that, let's say, for example, you're coming on
Why
YouTube
do I feel like this is a secret bag?
Reward the community. Maybe you don't particularly know 10 people in mind, but you want to be sure that the people who are the biggest supporters of someone or the biggest viewers of someone get rewarded. Just gift a 10 member bomb. You don't have to worry about it. It just does it for you. On Twitch, you'd have to be a regular of the stream to know exactly who to divvy it out. And then if you didn't, like, let's say someone was being generous and they came in and they gifted like 20 members. It could just go to random people you never heard of who are only watching for the first time. I don't like that about Twitch. You see? It's interesting they have these algorithms that they run here.
What else don't you like about Twitch?
Appropriate people kind of get the memberships. I like that. So.
Just curious.
Okay. I do agree, New Jack. I would like an option, random or selected. That I would obviously prefer too. If you want to specifically give a membership to someone, that would be nice, but they don't do that here. I wonder if that's because, you know what I think it is?
Phil popped an extra fucking vibe bands today, dude. He's tweaking extra hard.
On YouTube, like every day you can change your name, right? To a different channel name. So imagine, let's say, for example, Arkham just got that gifted membership, correct? What if someone decided today they wanted to impersonate Arkham? So now you have 2 or 3 Arkhams in the chat. And now you don't know which Arkham's the real one. So you try to gift one and he goes to the wrong person. But because of the way YouTube does it, you gift a membership, it calculates via the algorithm, and it goes to the correct Arkham. Do you see? I think that's why they do it that way. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing. But there you go. Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm guessing.
Today, my friends, we have some news.
That is.
Shall we discuss the
DSP
news?
In a nutshell?
Some interesting stories to cover.
It's more like I'm probably wrong.
First of all, some people were talking about this during the day yesterday because the news broke during my streams, but I didn't have time to really read and confirm the story. So we'll talk about it today. It is absolutely official.
I didn't have time to confirm.
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The game coming out from Rocksteady. The game that Rocksteady is making and hasn't been out. They haven't put out a game in 8 years. Now it looks like it's going to be 9 years.
Let's talk about news that
Kill the Justice League has been
is most likely all false
until February 2nd, 2024.
I love when he has to
read. Big delay. It was actually supposed to come out next month.
He has to walk back what he says.
And they had every intention of releasing it next month.
He got it all wrong.
But then if you remember a couple months ago,
happened a few times.
They showed the gameplay kind of tease of it. And the people who saw it, including me, said, wow, this looks terrible. Like, this game looks like a generic third-person shooter. Remember what I compared it to? Agents of Mayhem. And that's like the kiss of death because that game did poorly. And that's what it looked like to me. It looked like Agents of Mayhem with DC characters. I was like, what are they going for with this game? I can't believe how bad it looks.
Agents of Mayhem.
They're delaying it 9 months. Now, in 9 months, I mean, realistically,
bro, but then you complain when they
are they really going to remake?
They put out a game too early, and
I don't know.
Why didn't they delay the game?
I really don't know.
You can't fucking win, dude. You cannot fucking win with this guy.
You know,
dude.
in 9 months, maybe they could polish it more. They could maybe add in a few more elements. I don't see them retooling the entirety of the game to make it a different game. You know what I'm saying? And you know, from the criticisms they got,
it totally looks to
Phil
me
just can't talk about
like
anything good,
it's going to fail. It's going to be another Gotham Knights. Now, it might be a polished Gotham Knights, right? That runs better and looks better. But it looks like Gotham Knights. It totally does. Only even worse, I would say. Because at least Gotham Knights had uniqueness to each character. This game, every character looks the same. They're all just running, gunning, jumping around, shooting everything.
Yeah, because he doesn't fucking put time into anything, dude.
What? What? That's the best you can come up with, Rocksteady? Like, seriously. They went from a game that absolutely, positively nailed the Batman. And 3 of them at that. And they went into a generic shooter. It baffles me. So, 9-month delay. Will Rocksteady do anything to make this game better? I hope so. But I'm wondering what. Quite frankly, I'm actually genuinely wondering what they're going to pull to make this game significantly better in 9 months. But again, does it not seem like this game was designed as a games as a service game, right? Just like Avengers, just like Gotham Knights. It looks like that's what they were going for originally. And then the market crashed. People don't want games as a service. And like, oh shit, we've got to change the game. And now they're trying to change it around. Okay, give me 1 second. My legs, ow, ow, ow. Yeah, I want to stretch my leg for a second. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, stretch it out, dude. Cramping.
Here we go.
You always want to stretch before you stream, you know, because you could pull a muscle.
You know, sometimes you get like a, what is it called?
You know,
a Charlie horse?
While you're
I have
sitting.
like a Charlie horse in my left leg. I just want to stretch it.
It's always a good sign when you cramp up from not moving at all.
Continuing on. This story, I understand it, but it's weird at the same time. You ready for this? Elden Ring creator Hidetaka Miyazaki has been named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people of 2023, making him only the second video game developer to make the annual list following Shigeru Miyamoto. Now that's directly from an IGN tweet. I think he deserves it. I think he kind of revolutionized this entire get good difficult games formula with they call them, you know, FromSoft games, or you could even call them Soulsborne games. At the same time, I have an interesting question. Why did they name him for 2023? Elden Ring came out last year. Time Magazine is a whole year late. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they really that slow to react to something? They waited a whole freaking year to then say, oh, let's recognize this game developer? Like, it came out last year. It was the height of its popularity. Why did they wait a whole year? I'm so baffled by this. Like, I guess maybe I just don't understand gaming media or whatever. I don't know. But it's not even gaming media. This is Time Magazine, right? I used to read Time Magazine when I was younger. Are they really that slow of a media? Like, what the hell, right? I don't know. That's just bizarre. So, good on him. I'm glad he's getting recognition, right? Sounds good. But at the same time, why the hell is it a year late from when it would even make sense? That's bizarre to me. Whatever. Okay. Another interesting news story that has happened. So, Ubisoft, after months of speculation, finally announced their new Ubisoft Plus program. What is Ubisoft Plus? Well, for a monthly fee, you get access to the entire Ubisoft library of games, for the most part, digitally on demand, on your console of choice. I believe Xbox is the featured one that they're trying to do it on. I think they just launched it on Xbox. That's what this was a big announcement for. And supposedly, the real value of this is that if you're a big fan of Ubisoft, all right, it's going to include the new release games, supposedly. All right? So if you like Assassin's Creed, if you like the 5 zillion Tom Clancy games, if you like any of these Ubisoft titles, maybe there's an annual Ubisoft title you really like. Instead of buying it, you spend $18 a month, and you get all those games on demand digitally, okay? Now, some people immediately said, this sounds great. $18, and I can just play through a bunch of Ubisoft games? That sounds like a great value, correct? But then others started to think a little bit harder into it. And they're like, now, wait a minute. Let's think about this for a second, okay? $18 a month, all right? Fair enough. But what value are you really getting? How many Ubisoft games would you realistically play in a year? Well, if there's a new Far Cry, you'll probably play that. Ubisoft does a few different various franchises that are kind of like weird one-offs here or there. Assassin's Creed is definitely one of the biggest ones, correct? Like I said, Tom Clancy, they have all the Tom Clancy shooters and things under their belt as well. So that makes sense, right? So that sounds interesting, right? But when you really start to add the value together,
yeah, Ubisoft is trash, man. Mostly.
The way I look at it is, maybe you'll get a couple months of value out of the service, right? Like, let's say, for example, later this year, the new Assassin's Creed game is coming out, right? I forget what it's called. I forgot already. But this Assassin's Creed game, everyone's saying about 20 hours long. So maybe when the new Assassin's Creed game is coming out, get Ubisoft Plus for that month. Download and play the new Assassin's Creed, beat it within a couple of weeks. Maybe have time to play one more game, right? And then when that's over, you cancel your subscription. Right? Realistically, like, why would you keep the subscription? The only people I could see who keep the subscription are people who need access to Ubisoft every month, i.e. those games as a service games like The Division. But if that's the case, and you're going to be paying $18 a month, how long would it take? 3 months until you've spent enough that you've already purchased the game outright? So why not just purchase the game outright? And then you don't have to keep paying $18 a month every month to keep playing the game. Right? So, you know, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, And I'm wondering, what is happening here? Okay? By the way, I'm being told there might be a small audio desync. Now, if that's the case, if there's a small audio desync on the stream, I do have some bad news. I can't really fix it. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me finish talking about the story, and then when I'm done talking about this story, we'll talk about this, okay? Okay. Yeah, $17.99 a month. Now, some people did some math, and they were like, now, wait a minute. This is cool. This is in Game Pass, right? No. This is extra. So, if you have Microsoft Game Pass, which is $15 a month, I believe it's $15 a month. Maybe it's $18. I forget. I pay for it. I have it on auto renew, so I forget. But it's either $15 or $18 a month for Game Pass Ultimate. If you want Ubisoft Plus, you have to pay an additional $18 a month. Yeah, just for Ubisoft games. Now, I want you to say comparative value here, right? All of these games, all of these different publishers, even including some new releases under the umbrella of Game Pass Ultimate for $15 to $18 a month, only Ubisoft games for $18 a month. Doesn't seem to make sense. In fact, it's not comparative. You understand? The value for oh, by the way, online play for all of those games as well included with the Game Pass Ultimate, right? There's no comparative value there. The value for Game Pass is this high, and the value for Ubisoft Plus, it's mid to low. It depends on really how many Ubisoft games you're going to be playing. And again, you very well may have a time period, maybe like the fall, where Ubisoft is releasing 2 or 3 games that you're really interested in. So maybe you get Ubisoft Plus for 2 or 3 months, and then you say, okay, I'm done with those games, and you drop it. Why would you keep paying a month you're not going to play the games? It's not like this is $5 a month. It's $18. That's a lot of money each month. That's a big, expensive subscription plan. That's more expensive than HBO Max. That's more expensive than Disney Plus. That's more expensive than Netflix, and you're not getting nearly as much content. Think about how much content you get with those services as opposed to just a game service, right? So maybe if they had made this $5 a month, hell, maybe even $10 a month, in scale, it would have made more sense. $18 a month, in my opinion, is a very hefty price tag for an on-demand game service that's only one publisher. I foresee it happening like this. Later this year, people are going to want to play the new Assassin's Creed game. They're going to get Ubisoft Plus for 1 month, play the game, and then cancel. So they paid $18 for the new game, and that's it. And Ubisoft is going to be cheating themselves out of $40-50 profit from people buying the game outright. It doesn't even make the service doesn't make sense at all, right? At all. So, and everyone, by the way, everyone on the internet is agreeing. You should see the amount of comments when Ubisoft and Xbox announced this yesterday. All the comments on social media are like, are you out of your mind? Like, did you even do, again, did they do market research? The answer has to be no. How could you say you did market research if literally everyone who heard the announcement is like, that's way too expensive and there's no value there? What is going on? It's just them kind of pricing shit out for no reason with no logic behind it. Or maybe what it is too much logic. Maybe you had a bunch of number crunchers sitting there. Oh, well, comparative subscription services charge this and this and this, and then so we have to have comparative pricing. No.
Is that
your offering?
Is that a nice word for nerd?
Services? Did you ask anyone
number
in
cruncher?
the market that they think that the perceived value of an Ubisoft Plus program is
Yo,
the same
you number
as
cruncher.
say, Xbox Live Ultimate?
Get
or,
over here for noogie time.
Game Pass Ultimate, or one of these on-demand movie and media services. It's just. I almost get the feeling they asked the wrong people. They hire a bunch of fucking Ivy League number crunchers to give them the stats rather than just talking to the fucking people who are going to buy the content, right? Anyone who
Ivy League number crunchers.
$18 a month. I'll get it for 2 months and I'll drop it when I'm done with the games,
dude,
right? No one's going to keep playing that every
What's up, Lewis?
I really feel like in the gaming industry, we have a very strong disconnect. Those in power and in management.
Phil, stop the hate against
services.
Educated people.
How else could we have had so many flops and failures? NFTs. All the people in charge of game companies want them. No gamers want them. Within a year, they're all gone. Games as a service. Everyone in charge wants them. All the gamers don't want it. Gone. So instead of just keep doing things no one asked for, why not ask?
I love how he just hates everybody more successful than him.
How hard is it to get market feedback? I'm really lost at this. I mean, I went to business school. Market feedback, everyone said, every course I ever took, market feedback is critical to success of any company. You must get market feedback because you could be going completely in the wrong direction and you could just, within one survey, figure out what people want and turn your whole company around. How the hell do they not know this? And these are billion-dollar companies. I'm not opposed to it. We're living on other planets, man. I don't get it. Did the fucking management at gaming companies not go to business school? So, how do you fix it? Make it $5, $10 a month tops. You can't go higher than $10 a month for a one publisher service. More people would get it then. And probably forget about it. $5, $10 a month, you're not even thinking that you have the subscription. You just forget about it. And now you're paying for it every month regardless. Or, which is what everyone wants. And I saw so many people saying this on Twitter last night. Just bundle it into Game Pass. Give up. No one's paying for your service individually. Other publishers have realized this and they bundled their games into Game Pass. Just do it. Because if you don't do it, no one's going to care, man.
You shouldn't insult people so much, Phil.
There you go.
It's not
Looks
nice,
like Ubisoft
dude.
Plus at launch is going to be a flop. Like I said, if it stays the way it is today, for sure later this year when Assassin's Creed comes out, why not just get it for a month or two? Play Assassin's Creed.
Surely one of the main reasons that you have haters in the first place. I would have
spent, what, $35-$40 instead of 70 plus tax? I'll do that. Why wouldn't I? I'd be an idiot, right? And we don't know what other Ubisoft games are coming out in the fall. Maybe it'll be beneficial to keep it for 3-4 months and then just drop it, right? So.
Well, he doesn't have any friends, dude.
For me, it just doesn't seem like logical sense. This whole service just
what
seems
kind
like
of person has
a dud, like it's dead in the water.
Not a
right?
single friend.
Okay. One other piece of gaming news today. A big update on the Super Mario Brothers movie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Mario movie
even
has been
like
out for a little over
super
a week now.
antisocial people, they have like one friend,
they
know somebody.
$500 million
they can hang out with
globally,
everybody. Can hang out with somebody,
which means
right?
it is the biggest video game adaptation in history. It has beaten every video game movie ever made.
Who's gonna hang out with Phil, dude?
Including Street Fighter.
Who is gonna voluntarily hang out with this guy?
Live action Super Mario Brothers movie. Right? And this is only 1 week, roughly. 1 week. This movie you know is gonna have legs. You know more people are gonna see it. And you know it's gonna sell like hotcakes digitally and on DVD. Plus, I have seen a humongous blitz of merchandise. There is so much Super Mario merchandise coming out now as a result of this movie. And you thought Mario was popular before. Now Mario, you're going to see him everywhere. Every time you go to any store, Mario, Luigi Mario, everywhere Mario. So, it worked. If you remember, a few weeks ago we were talking about
every single one of the people that want to hang out with him.
If the Mario movie is successful,
he would never be.
What's going to happen next?
Never be caught dead around.
My guess is.
Sure, the people he would actually want to hang out with want nothing to do with him.
It's going to grow and grow and grow in profitability over the next several weeks to months. I think not only will they make a sequel, but there's going to be spin-offs, and I also think that they're going to make other Nintendo franchises into movies. I think this was the beginning, and now, and by the way, Super Mario World or Super Mario Land in Universal Studios Japan and California, huge hits. People are coming in droves.
I mean,
nonstop people lined up.
He tells us about every day off he has, you know.
In fact, gaming is becoming now the more mainstream
I don't
form of media.
remember a time where Phil has spent time with
like gaming is the, first it was superheroes, comic books. That's old news.
He doesn't hang out with anybody. He doesn't know anybody.
Trash can. No one
he doesn't play games with anybody.
DC, are you fucking shitting me? That's like a turd.
He has.
No, it's all about video games now. So now
every social media is like privated. You can't even like send Phil a message.
A mainstream media series of some kind.
You could send an email to an email address that he'll never read.
All of those Vegas oldies.
You can't even literally like talk. You can't say anything to Phil like. And he has no friends.
I mean, I'm joking, but still, this is what happens when these companies see the dollar signs, right? That's it. The floodgates have opened. They're going to be fucking going crazy on gaming now. This movie was the litmus test, and this movie has succeeded massively, and now you're going to see every major company wants to make video game content. I guarantee it.
It's like he Truman'd himself, you know?
So, I'd like to see the movie. I don't know if and when I will. I want to see it, though. Because here's the thing. Like, my wife and I are going to have a day out either this week or next week. We're not sure which week yet. And the thing is, though, we already have other things to do. And it's like, we want to see the movie, but how do you see it when we already have all these other plans lining up?
So many plans.
Like,
I gotta.
Maybe we can, maybe we can't. I want to see it.
I gotta go to the grocery store. I gotta get my.
So maybe we'll see it.
My hairline pushed back some more.
I'll have to figure it out.
You know, anyway, so much shit to do.
All right,
There's no
so good
time
for the Super
for
Mario
any friends or anything.
I'm glad that it's doing well.
Personal life, dude.
You know, people who've seen it and talked about it here in chat have basically said that they really like it. Okay, so by the way, I will say this, guys. You gotta be real careful because I've noticed recently, and this is completely unrelated to any of the news stories, a ridiculous amount of spoofing attempts on email, like a ridiculous. amount. I'm getting it from like every fucking company under the sun keeps sending me fake emails pretending to be, you know what I mean? Oh, this is Amazon. It's funny because I get emails from companies I have absolutely no association with whatsoever, so I know they're fake. But it seems like spoofing emails are way on the rise. I'm getting dozens of them a day. And what they do is they take a real email from a company and they copy paste that whole format into their email to make it look legit so you think it's real. And if you simply just click one link in that email,
who gets dozens a day?
They could send you somewhere where you end up getting your information.
You only get that shit when you're putting your fucking email address into dumbass shit, dude.
You gotta be real.
Probably signed up for all types of shit.
And no, I'm not talking about trolls. I'm talking about like these are scam attempts. What do they call phishing attempts? They're all over the internet now. I see them on a daily basis. I just got one now. I was like, dude. Crazy because they're really trying hard to look legit.
People are trying to scam you that much?
Oops. So be very, very careful whenever you get an email from one of these companies. Don't trust it. Really don't, you know. Here's the thing. Let's say you deal with a company, all right, and you use an app. So, for example, Amazon, right? If there's a problem with your Amazon account, the app's going to tell you that. And the app you're already logged into with all your information. You don't have to rely on someone just sending you a random fucking email about it. The app will tell you if there's a problem. So don't trust the email. Just have apps for all your appropriate things you use, and open the app, and the app will say if there's something wrong or not. If you get an email that says Amazon,
email is still necessary,
but the app says nothing, the email's fake. You know, just delete it.
It's I don't know. It's becoming more obsolete, honestly.
Okay. All right, that's the gaming news for today.
Definitely
folks.
Still
that's
necessary.
That's the news stories that I wanted to cover. So there you go. We do have extra time. So what I'd like to do is a couple quick shout-outs. Thank you to Mishael and 672. Both of them gifted a membership to the community earlier. So that means that we're up to 572 members for today out of our 580 daily goal. So thank you very much for that. However, outside of that, I have absolutely nothing to shout out. I have no super chats. I have no super stickers. No tips. So that's it. I have nothing to shout out. So I guess that means we're going to do Q&A. So if you guys want to ask me a question, please.
40 minutes of Q&A. There we go. Okay.
Did I see Final Fantasy 16 gameplay yesterday? No, because I don't care because I'm getting the game anyway. I announced this yesterday. I'm like, we're, 2 months out from the game? If that? So why do I want to spoil myself by looking at all the gameplay elements now? I would rather play the game and enjoy it when it comes out. We're so close to the release of the game, and I'm already sold on it. So why do I want to spoil myself by watching all this coverage of the game? I just don't understand it. I think that's for like people who are on the fence about it. I'm already excited for the game. Let me just play it and enjoy it when it comes out, right? We're so close to the release. If this was like a year ago, maybe then I would be interested. But we're like 2 months away. So I don't want to spoil myself. So no, I'm actually purposely not going to watch the gameplay from yesterday because I don't want to be spoiled. There you go. I received a $2 tip. From Anso Kamaru. I got the Mega Man Battle Network collection today. I feel so unreal. I'm playing this for the first time in almost 20 years. I'm glad Capcom remembered this beloved series. Hope you'll try it one day. It's a legendary series for a reason. Yeah, you know, I was interested in it until someone said, "Oh, didn't you know that it's just slow-paced RPG?" And I was like, Mega Man is a slow-paced RPG? I had no idea. I always thought that Mega Man was always action-based, right?
Definitely a sociopath for sure.
Did I spell that right? Anso Kamaru? Shit, I don't know if I did because I deleted the email. Anso Kamaru, please confirm if I spelled your name right, and if not, correct me. Okay? But anyway. Yeah, like, I was interested in this collection, but I had no idea, and the thing is, we're already coming off of Like a Dragon Ishin, a slow-based game. We're playing Oblivion, a slow-based game. Oh, by the way, if I'm going to play another RPG, I'm absolutely more interested in the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters than I am in Battle Network. So I think we'll do that for now. Maybe long term we will check it out. Oh, by the way, so I want to get back to, I believe it was Carliga, who had said they believe Anso Kamaru. Did I spell your name right? I did spell your name right. I've impressed myself. The battle system works as an action RPG. It's very engaging, says Anso Kamaru. Maybe we'll check it out at some point, but I think the Pixel remasters are taking priority for me. Okay? Okay, now, Carliga said they feel that there's some audio delay on the stream. Okay? So I checked, first of all, you have to understand, I have to talk a little about my new setup. Right now, the reason that I'm able to stream and capture at a higher bit rate...
he's talked about this like 30 times already.
It's very simple. And it's because I'm doing separate processes. My graphics card or GPU is encoding and streaming for you.
Yes.
So if you're watching live on stream, congrats. This is the power of my graphics card. If you're watching this on demand...
Marvel at the power.
Right? That is my CPU or my processor.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I always used to use for both, but now it's just doing the on-demand video. So because I've split those processes in half, and half here, half there, now I'm able to do higher quality in each. Do you see? So, that's great, but I was a little worried that maybe there would be some issues. Now, Carliga said there was audio delay, and a couple other people have said there's audio delay. Others are saying there's not. And that makes me kind of wonder, is it a YouTube side issue or not? It sounds to me like it is a YouTube side issue. Like for some people, depending on maybe the quality of your internet, maybe if you're watching on a mobile device or you're watching on a desktop, because some people right now are saying there is no audio delay whatsoever on the stream, it's fine. But others told me there was. Could it be the quality? For example, are you all watching at 1080p 60 frames? Maybe some of you are watching at 720p, maybe some of you are watching at 480. Maybe it's all different. I don't know. Okay? So, Ansu Kamaru says there's no delay, maybe they're messing with you. Other people are saying, no, it's very slight audio delay, but it's very slight. Do you see? Now, here's what I can confirm, all right? I've gone back and I watched the videos last night from Like a Dragon Ishin, and I also rewatched that one video that I did of Elden Ring the other night when I first changed the settings. And what I can confirm is that the on-demand videos are perfectly synced, like dead on, all right? Maybe you know, it's never 100%, 10 out of 10 perfect, but really good. Like probably better audio sync than I probably even had before. It looks really, really good. So because of that, I know for a fact that my settings are good for the on-demand videos. That means that if I were to change them, like let's say someone said, okay, there's a slight audio delay, can you fix it? I could fix it, but that's going to skew the on-demand video. Do you see? If anything, what might be happening is the GPU and the CPU are encoding at different rates because they're two different pieces of hardware. And so maybe one is having slight desync. And I would assume that would be the GPU. The GPU, probably not as good as the CPU. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But that's the thing. Like,
guess some more, dude.
If we're having audio delay on the stream, it's kind of like I have to decide between, do I want the stream to be perfectly synced, or do I want the on-demand video to be perfectly synced? Well, the stream you're only going to watch once ever. The on-demand video will be archived forever as a replay. So I think it's a no-brainer. You probably want the on-demand video to be the perfectly synced one. And right now, like I said, I can confirm the audio is 100% synced on the on-demand video. So I'm just going to leave it as is. All right? And I apologize if there's people watching live. Like, oh, it's slightly off. I'm sorry. I don't really know how to fix that. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of thing, and I really don't know what happened, but hopefully it's good and there's no delay for you guys, okay? What CPU and GPU do you have? CPU, I don't even know. GPU, I think I have a 780 Ti or I graphics card NVIDIA from 10 years ago. You know, whatever was good back then, that's what I have. I have no idea what processor I have. I really don't. Okay. Why didn't people are making a joke because I was saying split the load.
Because he doesn't care.
The processing load.
He doesn't care what it is.
Half goes to the CPU. It makes the quality better. People are making a joke.
He doesn't know. He doesn't care.
Split the load. It sounds like something sexual. I'm 7 years old.
Where did the load go?
But why didn't we do this earlier? That's a legit question. Honestly, it's because everything was outdated. I hadn't updated stuff. Like, I hadn't updated OBS. I haven't updated my graphics drivers. I hadn't updated things in a long time. Last year, since we were trying out different things, I decided to upgrade it.
Update for 8 years.
And when I upgraded everything, all of a sudden, all these new options appeared. Like, it never even gave me the option to encode with the GPU. It didn't. It gave me, like, shadow play, which shadow play is shit. I'm glad I never used it. But it never really gave me the option to just use the GPU to encode at all. All of a sudden, it just appeared. I'm like, huh? I've owned this hardware for 9 years. Now there's a new option? That's the magic of updating your drivers, I guess. You know? So, there you go.
That's the magic of it, baby. Updating your drivers.
So there you go. All right. Thank you. Let's continue on with more questions. And thank you for that first $2 tip on Kamaru. Yeah, if you're saying the 1080 Ti came out in 2016, I don't have that. I bought this PC in 2014 when I moved here. Argo was saying, I'm not seeing any audio delay. That's good. Pickle Man, how's it going? He said, what sort of questions do I have for him today? What is your favorite color controller? Personally, I'm really liking this red controller for the Xbox. I think it's quite a nice color scheme. What is your favorite color? There you go. What was for breakfast? A plain bagel.
Fuck is Pickle Man's deal?
With vegetable creamed cheese. It was delicious. With a black coffee, of course. There you go. A lot of you... Oh, PS4 Rose Gold says Haylet. Giant Enemy Crab says black. Vladimir says black. Argo says black. Interesting. Black Willow says black. Tickled TV says pink. Never had a pink controller. Kogome says camo color. Pickleman says, I like some of the custom skins. In my opinion, black is easier to keep clean, but I like the PS5 white. Ooh. Ooh. There you go. Very nice. All right, more questions, guys. Whatever you want to toss my way, I'm open to questions. Arkham says his favorite color is purple, but he likes black for some reason on a controller. Do I like energy drinks? Really, there aren't many energy drinks that taste great to me, honestly. Any of the ones that have that weird shit, like taurine and stuff, that's nasty. You know, I used to drink Jolt Cola. I thought Jolt Cola was good because it had caffeine in it, but it just tasted like a fruit soda rather than like, you know, one of these weird energy drinks. Over the years, I've had other things. Like I used to get that Crystal Light energized mix. I used to drink G Fuel as well at one point. But today, I'll just drink a coffee. Coffee's better anyway. Like, I'd rather hydrate with just like some seltzer or regular water. And I'll drink coffee. Why? No sugar. Any of these things that have sugar in them, they kill your teeth and your gums and everything. Like, you shouldn't have sugar in your mouth all day. You really shouldn't. It's bad for you. You don't need those calories. You don't need constant sugar intake all day.
And most of these energy drinks have that. That's nice.
So I prefer something that I'm not going to crash, so I just have a coffee.
I like the ones that like.
Really, I don't really crash from coffee. I'm all right.
I like those gel pens. I like the ones that roll really smooth.
For black or green olives, you know, I don't know if I've ever actively eaten a green olive once. I don't think so. I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever eaten one. I always have black olives and stuff, and I like black olives. So I guess I'll go with black olives just because I just don't actively know what a green olive is.
As long as it writes smoothly, I like it. You know.
Can I swim? I mean, I haven't swam in a million years, Jeremy Kyle, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. It's pretty easy. Swimming's pretty easy. You just got to stay horizontal with the water, and you maintain motion. Whether it's the kicking of your legs and then, you know, moving your body back and forth as you paddle the water, right? It's not that hard. It's pretty easy, and you keep your head up. You know, you always keep your head.
When I'm listening to him talk, I just hear.
Right? It's pretty simple. I don't know why some people think that it's like
new
really
Meerkat songs that haven't been made yet.
From the few times that I've done it, I always figured it out like within minutes. I was like, here I am, I can swim. Not a big deal, right? And there's the back paddle too, where you just stay flat, and then you basically.
This is a whole swimming song right here.
And you can stay again as long as you stay horizontal with the water. You can kind of float on it. Exactly. Holixification says, and anyone can really easily float. It's the panic of people that cause them to drown. Exactly right. Anyone can just float if they maintain a little bit of motion in the right horizontal angle. It's just people freak out in the water. You're right. If you're in water and you just go like this, you float, right? You just got to get used to it.
Yeah, you just lay on your back, you know, to float. That would probably help. Floating is an art, Phil.
Have I ever been on a diet, like a serious diet? No. Have I changed my diet to be better or healthier? Yes. But have I ever been on a serious diet? No, I have not. I've never really like gone on a diet, as people say.
You might need to, dude.
Do I ever see myself moving again? You know, I really like this place. I'll be honest. I like the community. I like the house. I like the weather. We have beautiful nature outside every day. Maybe at least just start eating, like, every day now we put out like a little bowl of peanuts.
Healthier.
And we get squirrels, birds, all kinds of wildlife that come by every day in the backyard. It's nice, you know, to have the nice backyard like we have it with all the animals and everything out there. Where we are is pretty much set back from the street, so we don't hear a lot of like atmospheric noise. Like very rarely do we hear traffic or anything. It's a really nice place, and everything here is within an easy reach. Meaning, if I need anything, groceries, supplies of any sort, right? Healthcare, pet supplies, furniture, anything you could think of. I could drive tops. I drive 20-25 minutes. I can get it all within. I'm not shitting you, and some people will not believe me. I have lived in Washington State now for just under 9 years. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have never once been on the highway. Not once. Everything I need can be driven on a regular road within reasonable distance.
What?
So why would I ever get on the highway? What's the point? All it does is put you into fucking stress and get you into traffic and stuff. There's no point.
So he's never traveled anywhere. He's never gone anywhere, dude.
Within reach. When I lived in Connecticut, you had to drive everywhere to get anything. It was a pain in the ass. Nothing was really, local stuff was a major pain. And by the way, as I've been saying, when I lived in Connecticut,
how do you just never have to go anywhere?
Crammed, like high population density, that just getting around, you were constantly waiting in traffic to move. Here, it's really not that bad at all. I don't really have the complaints in that regard. So my life quality has been dramatically increased since I moved here. I don't know why I would move. I don't see a reason. You know what I mean? If I could stay here forever, I probably would. My wife and I love it here. So, okay. I got a couple tips that came in. We got a $1.30 tip.
Really raking
Why are you doing a tier maker stream on Monday night when you have games to beat? Your channel is called DSP Gaming, not DSP Tier Maker. I'm not doing the tier maker streams on DSP Gaming. The tier maker streams are on DSP React. All right, which is supposed to be
are you
a
not taking troll bait anymore,
dude? If you're
dude?
ranking things, you're reacting to them. So the content fits on that channel.
That's obvious troll bait.
So number one, your statement is incorrect. Number one, you're wrong. You actually got your first statement wrong. Your second statement,
$1.30.
I have all these games to beat. Who's in a rush to beat any games right now? I'm playing Silent Hill 3, Elden Ring, Oblivion. Where's the rush? We're not even playing any new releases right now. New releases are coming later this month, but this is a more chill month. Why? What rush are we in exactly? Why do you think we're doing the Tier Maker stream on Monday night, actually? It's because there is really nothing else going on. And I can put that kind of content into the rotation. When we're in the middle of... when we are in the middle of all hot new releases, right? I won't be doing those kind of streams. This is very much an idea that I had because there's nothing else going on and we have opportunity to do it right now. So, literally everything you stated in your tip was wrong. The channel, the kind of content, and the fact that I have to rush to finish like games, like none of this is correct. But thank you for the tip, but wrong, wrong, and wrong. I'm sorry. Trying not to be harsh here, but yeah, it was pretty wrong. Okay.
Yo, he thinks he's winning.
I received a $1.50 tip.
You think you're winning over that troll?
From Lady Charisma. Do you remember the song you used for the old Hateful Truth videos?
I'm working on a
video. I'm hoping to send it in for next week's DSP versus the Internet. DSP versus the Internet has become my favorite thing you've done.
You really told him, man.
The old song I used to use for Hateful Truth, the original song for the Hateful Truth, or the one that I used. Man, I've used different songs. At one point, at the beginning of the Hateful Truth, I was using a remix of the Bowser's Castle theme, I think, from Super Mario World, and it was a rock-based theme, and I just gotten it randomly from like a website on the internet. So I don't even remember what the name of that song was. At one point, I was using the song "Do You Call My Name" by the band Ra, just spelled R-A. That was the intro that I was using for a while. So I don't know. There you go. Hopefully that answers your question. Maybe one of those is your answer. Okay. All right, thank you for the $1.50 tip, Lady Charisma. Here we go. Cool. Ooh. The second one was it? Rod, do you call my name? Okay. So interestingly enough, I'm serious about this now. The Nas song, Hate Me Now, and the Raw song, Do You Call My Name, and play them both and listen to them. They use exactly the same like beat. That dun 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 dun. So what I did once, I edited in the intro of the Nas song into Do You Call My Name. So it starts with the intro of Hate Me Now, which was the King of Hate moniker I used to have, and it would go into the Raw song. And it sounded really good, and that's what I used to actually use back in the day as my theme song for various different things. But that was a million years ago. Those days are long gone, so...
Sheesh. I could see him being scared of the freeway, you know. A lot of people are.
Kino? Who the hell's Kino? K-I-N-O. You should listen to Kino. I don't know who that is. Interpolation? Is that what you call it? I used a music editor back in the day. I actually took the beats of the two songs and spaced them so they were the same exact timing, and I edited them together to have one go into the next, and it sounded seamless. It sounded like it was the same song. Kino is the diet where you eat all meat? No. Absolutely not. That's not the same diet. A Russian band?
You can only eat red meat, Phil.
Okay, gotcha. You're thinking about keto. You think about keto or keto diet. Black Taplor, I love the seltzer water. Why would I not drink it? If I like it, I like the flavor, it's refreshing, it hydrates me, why would I not drink it? Why? Because I burp a little bit? Big deal. Really, big fucking deal. Do I have a lunch? No. I eat breakfast, I eat dinner, an early dinner, and then at night I usually have some kind of a snack. It depends on the night. Some nights I have nothing. Some nights I'll have just something light, like a few popcorners, chips or something. Some nights if I'm hungrier, like if I didn't have a heavy dinner, I'll have like a sandwich or something. Yeah, last night. So here's what I ate yesterday. Yesterday I had a plain bagel with the cream cheese in the morning. For dinner yesterday, we had the beef bowl, which is a bowl of rice, beef, and eggs with some onions. And then after the fact, at night, I had a turkey sandwich, which was just turkey and ciabatta bread. That was what I ate yesterday. No, we're not doing New Game Plus of Sekiro. I just played Wolong, and now we're playing Elden Ring. I'm not doing New Game Plus of Sekiro. That's a ridiculous request. I don't know if we're getting Dead Island 2. I'd like a lot more information on it. I know it comes out next week. I'd like to hear if the game's any good. I'd like more information. Right now, people don't seem to know much about it or really, there's no determination. If I hear it's good and people want me to play it, then I'll play it. We'll find out. Yes, Pickle Man, personally, I like seltzer water. You're absolutely right. It has some flavor because it has that, what is it, aspartame or whatever in it? Is it aspartame? Let's look. Yes, aspartame, so it has some sweetness to it. It has artificial flavor, right? Or is it natural flavors in this one? No, it's natural flavors. It actually doesn't have artificial flavor. It's natural flavoring with aspartame for sweetness, and it's got a little bit of a bubbliness to it. I like that. It's refreshing. Why do I stall so much and not play the game? Because this is not game time. This is podcast time. I do a podcast every morning. Starts around 11:15 a.m. and it rolls to around 12:30 p.m. Every single day that I stream, I do this podcast. This is not game time. Game time is scheduled for roughly 12:45 to 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. These are different segments. You check the schedule. I'm not delaying anything. I'm doing a show. I do this show every day. People love this show. Gets good views, gets good following. That's why. Got a problem with that? Come back when the gameplay starts. It's scheduled. Haha, you're early. I agree, Pickle Man. He says, I enjoy the podcast and the discussions that we have.
How could people
and here's
not
the good thing,
know,
because I do the podcast every day, we get these discussions out of the way. Now when we start up with Elden Ring, we can focus on Elden Ring. Unlike a lot of other streamers, they turn on their stream, oh, I'm supposed to be playing the game, but I talk to my audience for 90 minutes. And then when I start the game, I'm still talking to my audience for 90 minutes. So they do a 5-hour stream and they play the game for 1 hour. No, that's not what I do.
It sounds like, Phil, you're under a lot of stress lately. I think you need to just relax, buddy. You know?
Do I like eating spicy ramen? I don't know if I've ever really had a spicy ramen. I don't know if I have.
A spicy ramen.
I think I prefer more savory ramen. Black Taplor, I think what it is you have absolutely no self-control, discipline, or patience. I'm sorry. He says, you say you can't wait till you get into a game, but then the chat wants you to play the game, and then you won't play it because now you're delaying, you're doing it. In life, you will find you will enjoy things much better when you practice patience, when you practice discipline. When we play the game, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good stream, good productive stuff coming today. We don't have to rush right into it. Just relax. But a lot of people don't have that ability. I've gotten better at it the older I get. Do I want to play Elden Ring right now? Of course I do. I'm excited for this Glintstone run. So far, it's gone really well. I one-shotted Godric. That was cool. I'm like, wow, that was neat to be able to one-shot the boss that kicked my ass in the first run. I want to continue on and become more powerful and do more exploration and see how much better I do this time. Or worse, who knows? Because there probably will be parts that I will do worse, right? What's the rush? Seriously. What's the rush? I've only had fried pickles once ever. It was when Kat had first moved here. And we went to a bar/pub that served pub food. And we ordered for our appetizer fried pickles. And I tried them. And I thought they were interesting. They were very different. The breading on a pickle tasted kind of interesting. The contrast of a crunchy, savory breading with like the vinegar flavor of the pickle. And then the pickle was hydrating, which you don't really get hydrated when you usually eat a fried food. You know what I'm saying? It was interesting, but I wasn't in love with it. And I never had them after that. I thought they were good, but I don't know if I would go crazy for them. You know, I don't see them often at all. That's the only place I've ever seen them offered. I've never seen them on another menu.
He just laid like on my.
Oh, let's see here.
Whole thing.
I received a $1.30 tip. Would I consider playing Cult of the Lamb? You have nothing else to play at the moment, even though I have a full schedule coming up. I remember you saying when it came out you didn't like the memes associated with it in your channel, but now that it's given a while, could you give it a shot? No. We already have a full schedule coming up. Obviously, you're not paying attention to that because we already talked about it today. And Cult of the Lamb was a very memeable game for a while, and I'm not too interested in it. I'm just not. I didn't hear a single person say, oh my god, it's a riveting game with great gameplay and you're going to get hooked, you're going to love it. You know what game I heard about that? Hades. And for a couple years, I was like, well, when it comes on consoles. And the moment Hades hit consoles, I played it and I loved it. Cult of the Lamb doesn't seem like that kind of game. Seems like a game for someone who, they just stream random shit. They want to stream the game that's virally popular. You play it for a while, you're like, oh, okay. Right? You get hooked on it for a bit or whatever. But I haven't heard anyone mention Cult of the Lamb in it months. Months. Hades, I constantly hear people praising Hades and saying play it. I don't hear that for Cult of the Lamb at all. I think it was a game that had flash-in-the-pan popularity because of streamers. I could be wrong, but that's the vibe that I get. And no, it's not that we have no games to play. We have a full schedule that we've gotten now. I don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, Tanya Raven, I saw in the chat you had asked, am I playing Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy Pixel remasters? Yes, yes. Starting Thursday. There's a poll I posted up on DSP Gaming this morning on this podcast on the community tab to vote on which Final Fantasy game you want to see me play first. 1, 2, 3, or 5. So go vote. And it starts Thursday. Why aren't I playing Tactics? Because Tactics didn't get a remake. Tactics, if it had a remake, I would play it. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. That's a PS1 game. And I also love Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That is a Game Boy Advance game. They're both outstanding games. Played them both, loved them both. I know. Pasco says they tried remastering Tactics on PSP and it had slowdown. I know, I owned it. I still liked it. And I played it handheld, but it was disappointing. It wasn't as good as the PlayStation version, I felt. Yes, Jeremy. Street Fighter 6 is around the corner. You know what I'm very excited for? Now that I've increased stream and video quality with Street Fighter 6, I really hope it's going to show.
Why does he sound so annoyed?
Outstanding now, because fighting games typically are games where I see the most frame drops and issues with my capture setup.
Everything he says he just sounds so fucking annoyed today.
Like, perhaps this could be the best looking fighting game I ever make now or ever cover now because of this. We'll have to see. No, Fire Emblem Engage is not on my list. Giant Emily Crab says, I love people have access to the entirety of the internet for any kind of entertainment, but then they'll come specifically here to your stream just to tell you they don't like your podcast and it's dumb. Yeah, that's how people are. They're stupid. People are stupid and they come to things they don't like just to shit on it. Why? I have no idea, because I don't do that. Why would I waste my time purposely seeking out things I know I don't like to say they're bad? Instead, I would like to find things I like and enjoy those and say they're good. You know, positivity versus negativity. But people are stupid. Why do you think drama is so popular on YouTube? Why do you think toxicity is so popular on YouTube? Because people are dumb and immature. That's really the only explanation.
That's why they come here. That's why you draw them here with your toxicity and your negativity. That's the reason they come. It's always been the reason.
Happy Friday, Blastoise. How are you? Just a few more minutes, guys. Just a few more minutes. All right? Please, you know, if you have any final questions or any final contributions to shout out, I'll shout them out. Or any final questions, now would be the time. Pickleman says, I prefer you as a streamer. It's easy to engage in a conversation. Other streamers with a lot of people in their chat make it hard to engage. You're right. You're absolutely right. Since I became an interactive streamer in 2017, I saw the value in having the interaction with a community. It changed my mindset of content creation. It made me understand what I had been missing all of those years, that I had been ignoring my audience and treating it as, oh, I'm just playing by myself and everyone listened to my commentary. I love this. I keep telling you guys, I would not want.
Yes, it makes much more money.
You know, and a lot of people are like,
the
why
interaction.
don't you change and become a drama content creator? And this
right,
and that.
Phil?
Why would I even make the content?
You had to change.
What's the point?
You weren't making enough,
right?
You know,
that's not what I do. Content.
Ad revenue dried up.
When people come out and say, Phil,
you had to think of something.
The content you made today was
you had to change.
Whether I was having a bad day, something was going on in my life, I just needed a laugh. I hung out with you. We had a conversation. I watched you play a game. You know, we laughed. We had fun. There was a pretty awesome part. There was a part you failed. You know, we laughed at your rate, and it meant something.
Yeah, like the React content.
Thank you for making that content. Please continue to do it.
He needs more money, so he needs to figure something else out. You know?
As opposed to making everything on the internet about toxicity and attacking other people and drama and nonsense and benefiting off of misery and all the shit that most YouTubers are doing these days. I don't want that for me or the community. I feel like we have done something unique and different here that others haven't. I make a living actually putting out positive
pioneer
content.
Of creation.
I don't have to shill product. I don't have to shit on other people constantly. We could just be honest with each other and have a good time. A lot of places can't do that anymore. That's sad. But we've stuck to our guns over these years. I haven't really changed, right? If everything, I've improved for the better. I stopped being toxic. And that's why so many people, they want to intrude upon that. They want to try to impose themselves upon that. How dare Phil try to take himself seriously instead of as a lol cow? Because I am serious and my content is meaningful. And I'm not just a lol cow. But they can't see it because that's all they've become. They've become the jokes of the internet, and that's what they focus on, and they can't even see past that. They just see tunnel vision of money for being a joke and toxic. We're different. Really, we're different, and that's what I like about this. That's the difference between me and everyone else they try to compare me to, because I'm nothing like those fuckers. I'm not doing YouTube boxing to make $1. They're out of their fucking minds. I would never do that dumb shit and dumb myself down and degrade you guys down to that fucking level when we could put out good shit every day and have a great time together. That's what it's all about, man.
I hope you don't eat those words.
Oh, let's see here. Yeah, I know. I know that you got to troll.
I hope you
don't. Have a few trolls
don't.
today because I'm playing Elden Ring. Just tell me, I'll get rid of them. No problem. Get them right the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it's just projection.
I got $1.25 tip.
Total projection.
From Puffy Nipples.
Puffy Nipples.
When was the last time you went to GameStop and bought a physical disc? GameStop specifically to buy a physical disc? The Star Fox game on the Wii U? Or ARMS? Well, you're saying physical disc. Physical disc would have been the Star Fox game on the Wii U. Whatever game that was. I don't even remember what it was. But whatever the Wii U Star Fox was, almost a decade ago or whatever. I know when the Switch came out, I bought ARMS physically. But that's not a disc. That's a cartridge. A little, what do you call it? Memory card or whatever? Right? So, yeah. I don't walk into GameStop and buy shit. Never, you know. I stopped buying physical stuff a million years ago. There's zero reason to do so. Zero. I have no idea if I would play Red Dead Revolver. There was an option to do it years ago, and I put it into polls and stuff, and no one voted for it. No one wanted it. I don't know much about it. Of course inflation has affected me in a negative way. It affected everyone in a negative way. You know, when inflation went up, do you think that my income went up? No. In fact, I told you guys, ever since leaving Twitch, my income has gone down. I've lost income in the last 2 years. So I'm making less, but everything costs me more. So yeah, inflation absolutely is affecting me. How's my skin? Annoying. I still get rashes on my hands. I still get itchiness. I still get dryness. I have cream to put on them. And I'm just going to probably have to deal with it for the rest of my life. I don't think my hands will ever be better. I don't think that, I think that's just an issue I'll put up with forever now. Nothing I can really do with it. Much like my ear infections. It seems like the older you get, the more susceptible you get to this chronic shit. And I'm just got to put up with all this crap. It sucks.
Same, Phil. Same. You know? Difference is I just don't complain about it.
All right, guys. That's enough of a podcast for today. I think it's time for us to get ready for the show, meaning the main event, my second run in Elden Ring. So thanks for being a great audience, great attendance, by the way. I am going to take a brief break to use the restroom, but it won't be long because I want to jump in and not have to be interrupted when I'm playing Elden Ring. Okay? So thank you. Great show.
Thanks for your interaction. Thanks for the engagement. For the few who did support the stream as well, thank you for that.
Peace out, everybody.
That will happen during the stream today. And this time of year, just remember my slogan, keep on pollinating.
I got,
Oops, I muted the wrong thing.
I got a dog sit for a friend tonight. So I'm probably gonna go do that in a bit. And I'll be chilling. I hope everybody has a great day, great night. Be back tomorrow.
Okay.
It was fun.
Real quick, let's get set up.
It was boring today.
I need to take a few minutes rest or break. I should
boring
say.
Today, you know.
And then we're gonna jump back in. I think what we're gonna do.
It happens.
Just beat Godric. I think we are gonna just very quickly retrace our steps in the castle because if we run backwards, I think we can get a gold seed and run into an NPC like right away. So I think I want to do that first, and then I think we're gonna go get Patches, who we skipped. But then I think we're gonna go straight into Liurnia. You know, there is a lot of stuff we skipped in Limgrave. For example, the Underground Well, Part 1. But I don't think I want to do that yet. I think we'll do that later. Maybe we'll do all at once
probably
later.
Gonna...
I think I want to head into Limgrave because everyone's
actually
saying all the
no.
good
Elden
stuff
Ring has been really
Wisdom
boring because
it's
just
Limgrave.
all cheese.
So why delay that? Why not just go right into Limgrave now, right today, and see what we can get? Fair enough. Okay. Excuse me. All right, guys. So let's take a quick break.
Epic
I'm
throat
gonna
clear.
Run some ads for you while I use the restroom, but I'll be right back, and then we're gonna start. So I'll see you in just a few.
Peace out, everybody.